Today we focus on another activity organized by the Volleyball Academy. It's something one wouldn't expect in the middle of intense sports training, where balls fly, coaches shout commands, and sweat flows freely. It's a camp where parent and child meet on the same court.
The principle of these camps is simple. A parent comes with their child, and they learn together. For instance, during something that seems simple but is physically complex, like the arm movement during a spike. They don't learn separately, not each on their own, but side by side in the same rhythm, in the same space, as if sport were a language they can use to communicate without words. In today's episode, we'll show how the family bond, the invisible but strong bridge between generations, can be reflected in volleyball methodology. How it's possible that beyond technique, we also train trust, and that besides a ball, we pass each other a hand.
What we showed in previous episodes as textbook procedure takes on a different form today. It's no longer just about the archer pose in spiking or the precise finger position in setting. Here, volleyball methodology is mirrored in the relationship between parent and child. They train together, pass to each other, encourage each other, and maybe understand each other in a new way, different from how they do at home around the dinner table. There is something deeply human and beautiful in it. It's not just about volleyball, but about the time they devote to each other. A look, a smile, a shared victory over the fear of serving or their own insecurities. A bridge between generations, between upbringing and play, between what was and what will be. But let's start from the beginning. All participants are divided into two groups. One focuses on conditioning, the other on volleyball skills. Everyone has their place, their task, their direction. But before the serious work begins, everyone comes together to warm up. In the first 30 minutes, they not only stretch and warm up dynamically, but also play various preparatory games. Children jump into them with enthusiasm, as children do. But what you might not expect is the joy in the parents' eyes. In these moments, among the balls, laughter, and movement, they return to their own childhood. Adults become teammates, and more importantly, the children accept them as equals. And right there, in that subtle moment of shared play, the true volleyball camp begins.
For the first time, parents get to peek under the lid of what really happens when they entrust their child to experienced coaches, get in their car with a sense of duty fulfilled, and drive off to tackle important adult matters. Now, they stand on the same court, breathe the same air, follow the same instructions, and realize all that a good volleyball training involves. And perhaps, between a breath and a jump, a strange thought strikes them, that they envy their children a little, not the hard work but the world, full of play, movement, joy, and discovery.
The child plays and thus learns to be human. They don't yet understand words like duty or schedule, but they understand the joy of movement, surprise, and awe. And that's more than any textbook. And the adult? An adult who hasn't lost the ability to play has preserved the most valuable part of a child's soul, says psychologist Jung. And we grow old because we stop playing, says playwright Shaw.
From the beginning, there's a strong competitive spirit, but in the rare spirit of fair play. A great start for skill development, and even though the drills are repetitive, kids enjoy them when they see the meaning and perceive their own progress. So let's dive in. After all, skill learning is the core of the entire camp. That's what everyone is here for.
Setting isn't usually the main topic, let's admit that up front. But we still allow parents a glimpse into how a setter is born, how the quiet architect of an attacking play is formed, Some execute the technical drills with grace, others struggle with the ball like it's a restless creature. But the result isn't the point. The goal isn't for the parent to set perfectly. The goal is for them to understand, to feel firsthand how difficult it can be. And maybe, the next time they see their child at practice, they won't judge. They'll understand. And that's more than any perfect technique. Floor technique for playing in the field initially requires mats, until children learn to fall without unnecessary bruises. Parents were hesitant at first, which we didn't hold against them. Instead, we enjoyed the sight, how they watched their children, amazed as they threw themselves to the ground toward the ball without hesitation. With courage, the parents perhaps hadn't even known their children had. Then came blocking, which everyone enjoyed together. Parents were perhaps just curious at first, but then they were surprised by how much effort goes into stabilizing the core and arms right from the start, just so a future block will stand like a wall that nothing can get past. And more, even during these drills, laughter wasn't in short supply. One suddenly realizes that even hard work can be joyful when it's done together.
The children are still small, 9 to 11 years old, and blocking appears only rarely in their games, more as a suggestion than a real element of play. But that doesn't mean we should just wait. Now is the time to lay the foundations. We start gently, maybe with just an overball and a lowered net, and initially even without jumping. It's not about performance, but about the movement pattern, the habit that settles in the body before the child even thinks about it. Then come the moments when blocking becomes a real weapon, and they'll be ready. And parents? They soon find that even a seemingly simple instruction like reach over the net into the opponent's court is no small feat. What seems like a detail turns out to be a real challenge in practice.
At the end of each day comes a moment of calm and stretching. No more running, no whistles, no spiking. The body relaxes, the breath slows. Experienced Coach Katazina guides children and parents along a path that's neither loud nor flashy, but all the more important. She teaches them a few exercises that help the muscles relax and regenerate better. And more importantly, they help the body prepare for future strain and avoid injury. It's a small school of prevention, against injuries, but also against the burnout that today is more common than training itself. Then comes the moment of complete relaxation, full surrender to calm, silence, the slow flow of music, and thoughts that no longer need to rush. The body lies still, the breath flows. And there is something else, something tiny, yet profoundly human. A small chance for a child to gently reach out to their mom or dad in the quiet of the gym. Maybe just with a finger. Perhaps in those quiet seconds, the joint training finds its perfect ending.
But volleyball is first and foremost a game. And what kind of coaches would we be if we didn't end the days of effort with a tournament? It has its rules. And one of them is non-negotiable. No child can be in the same team as their parent, not out of malice, but because this is where the team spirit must awaken, not the family spirit, but the shared game spirit that goes beyond family. And then comes the closing. Applause, smiles, handshakes, and instead of medals, children and parents receive 3 small cards around their necks. They aren't golden, but they carry weight. They contain a summary of the drills completed and a list of exercises they can continue using in their training. They are small maps for a journey that continues outside the gym, so then, until next time at the parent and child camp.